We're almost to our stop for the night, which is just outside of Everest Base Camp. We're at a little over 17,000 feet, and I cannot believe the beauty and the majesty. No hay nada mejor que mi Dios. But I also can't believe how much the altitude takes everything out of you. Some of the most beautiful places in the world are the hardest to get to.
The Everest Base Camp Trek is a 10-day, 42-mile grind with over 22,000 feet of elevation gain. With no roads, no rails, no way to get to base camp but on foot. Mount Everest Base Camp is strategically located on a glacier at the end of the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. Essentially a moving river of ice at nearly 18,000 feet and in the shadow of some of the Earth's tallest peaks. Nepal sits between India and China, halfway around the world. We spent one night in Kathmandu, then got up the next morning to take a very small plane to the mountain village of Lukla. Lukla sits on the side of a mountain, the most dangerous airport in the world. And this is where our trek begins. But before we get to that, we had some training to do. Here we go. After training for 6 months and several setbacks with my Achilles tendon, I'd built myself up to be able to hike for 5 or 6 hours at a time with 40 pounds on my back. I felt like I was ready to go. I was so excited, and it was finally travel day. And the travel's no joke. 27 hours and several flights to get to Nepal, the longest of which was a 16-hour flight over the Atlantic and into Doha. Travel alone can leave you pretty trashed. To Kathmandu. Well, they lost my bag, but I'm in Kathmandu. We'll figure it out. So we set off for the hotel with not even a change of clothes. One of the guides stayed behind, waited for hours, and just like magic, he showed up at the hotel later that night with my bag. It was culture shock for sure. So fascinating though. This place that I'd read so much about, and so famous for mountaineering in the Himalayas. I got to meet all the guys I'd be trekking with for the very first time, right here in Tamil. No thanks. No thank you. Come on.
Hey, you know what, guys? Get product.
I had just arrived in Kathmandu, and the adventure was just beginning. Join me for the next video in this series as I share my experiences day by day of the trek to Everest Base Camp.
So check this out. Kathmandu.